Hello friends, welcome back to Israel My channel and welcome to first video update of 2024. I hope you had a great New Year's Eve and I wish you all the best for this year. Today we will discuss recent events from Israel, as the situation has become really tense again. In today's video we will also see how people in Israel celebrated New Year's Eve. If you can, please give a like to this video so that can reach more people. Now, let's jump right into today's video update. One of the Hamas leaders was killed, Saleh al-Aruri, but not in the Gaza Strip, but in the Lebanon, which threatens to expand the war. The heads of diplomacy from the USA and the European Union have flown to the Middle East. Families of the kidnapped Israelis are calling on their government to secure their release. After the killing of the deputy head of Hamas in Beirut, any negotiations were broken off, and threats and rockets are pouring out of Lebanon. An Israeli drone struck a Hamas building in the southern suburbs of the Lebanese capital Beirut, killing 6 people, as Reuters reports. Among the dead was one of the leaders of Hamas, Saleh al-Aruri, along with 2 commanders of its armed wing. Hezbollah declared that in response, it launched rockets targeting a group of Israeli soldiers. Israeli army spokesman Daniel Hagari reported an elevated readiness of the military forces. Hezbollah said that this attack will not go unanswered and unpunished. In response to these events, Hezbollah stated that the killing of the top representative of Hamas in Beirut is seen as a serious attack on Lebanon. Hezbollah announced that they will keep their finger on the trigger and also launched a barrage of rockets towards Israel. In response to that, Israeli spokesman said, "We are prepared for any scenario." And when he was asked to confirm whether Israel was behind the killing of Saleh al-Aruri, Israeli army spokesman Daniel Hagari responded, "We are focused on destruction of Hamas." Mark Regev, advisor to Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, in an interview with MSNBC, said that Israel does not take responsibility for this attack, but whoever did it, it must be clear, this was not an attack on Lebanese state. He said, whoever did it carried out a surgical strike on the leaders of Hamas. The Hezbollah terror group in Lebanon fired a barrage of dozens of rockets into Israel on Saturday, in a move it called an initial response to the alleged Israeli killing of Hamas terror chief in Lebanon last week. The Iran-backed terror group said in a statement that the attack was part of the initial response to the crime of assassinating the great leader Sheikh Saleh al-Aruri. Later, the IDF said it carried out several waves of airstrikes on Hezbollah sites in Lebanon in response to the attacks on northern Israel. In the first wave, the IDF said it hit targets in Ayat al-Shab, Irun, and Rameya, including rocket launch positions, military sites, and other infrastructure used by the terror group. Israel's political and military leaders have said repeatedly since October 7th that Hezbollah will have to withdraw its forces from the border area to the north of the Litani River, as required by the 2006 UN resolution, and that either this will be achieved diplomatically or by force. Defense Minister Yoav Gallant repeated this position on Friday during a visit to the northern border and warned that the time was running out for a diplomatic solution. He said, "We prefer the path of an agreed upon diplomatic settlement, but we are getting close to the point where the hourglass will turn over." What do you think, friends? Could this spark and increase the conflict with Lebanon and lead to a start of an official war? Please let me know in the comments. Not so long ago, we entered 2024, and in Israel, people also celebrated New Year's Eve, but not without the threat of rockets constantly being fired from Gaza toward Israel. In post on its X account, the Israel Defense Forces wrote, "New Year, same Hamas terrorism." While 129 Israelis are still being held captive by Hamas in Gaza, Hamas also decided to start 2024 by launching a barrage of rockets at Israel. The IDF on its official account said, "There is no happy New Year until they are all home." On this video, you can see a rockets being fired out of the Gaza Strip, and the caption for this video was, "These are not a midnight fireworks, but a Hamas rocket attack at Israelis trying to bring in the new year happily." Friends, this wraps up today's video update. We can't wait to keep posting new and exciting content for you in 2024. My brother already published 2 amazing videos in recent days, so if you haven't had a chance to see them yet, I highly recommend them and will add the links to the video. If you can, please follow us on X as well as on Facebook and Instagram, where we share photos and videos from Israel. Thank you again so much, and Shalom.